I'm sorry, what you say, my nigga?
Said that, sorry I didn't make it this morning. I was, what you call it, it's really unmotivated, and, I have pretty bad depression, so that shit gets to me sometimes, but
Why did you do it? What do you mean?
you wanna go straight?
Nah, I gotta go work.
What time you got work at?
Huh?
What time you got work?
Whenever Tatu tells me to leave, like, she got me handling some chores right now. And I'm channeling some family members right now.
Okay. I also wanted to ask you, some advice for, like a personal tag. Cause, like, I was doing that LA thing, but, like, I feel like if I wanted to do this for a while, I feel like I might get, like, caught or something because my initials.
Hmm. Why did you do it? Like, what motivated you?
What motivated me to what?
Let me think. How can I phrase this? Um, let me put it this way. Practice the alphabet. Practice the full alphabet on paper.
Ballpoint pen, right?
What'd you say?
With the ballpoint pen, right?
Yeah. Go get my black book out of my bedroom. And I'll come down and show you some shit.
Your what book?
My black book. It's a purple sketchbook, but it's a graffiti sketchbook, so it's called a black book, but it just happens to be purple. Kind of like the Raekwon purple tape. You know about that purple tape? Oh yeah, man. Like this is my second tag, Obey. That was my second tag right there, Obey. I did that one for a while. Sean Baker, that was I had an obsession with my friend Sean and his girlfriend, wife, crush thing, Leah Baker, and I couldn't get them out of my head because he always talked about Leah Baker. So I made one of my screen names was Sean Baker. So this is like super old. This shit like 20 years old. This book is like 20 years old.
I made like a few at home. Like I just thought of one. I made one that's like for my family. It was FMF for my family, and then I did one that was HTI, hate the industry.
Okay. Well,
Or I was gonna do like HTS, hate the system or something
I
like that.
posted a book on this is an old wife of mine, Tyra. Like I did a name at on the back of my Uncle nightclub. She's so beautiful. And the funny thing is, years later, back in 2018, I met a woman looked just like her name, Latrice. Beautiful.
Latrice, and one of my mom's best friends named Latrice.
Only one Latrice Monique. And Latrice Monique, I'm not like, we all like indigenous Americans. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Tyra indigenous as well. Shot Tyra is too. So the thing is, just play with different words. In those days, like if you were the first person to use a particular name, you would write the word one. At this point in time, most words in the English dictionary have been taken. So I mean, you can type two or whatever, or you could write it and eventually, psychically, the graffiti writer that originally did it, they'll contact you or their crew. Like Totem, you know me, use your name. Amir, Mr. Totem, he used to write Totem when he was down here in Atlanta. He from like Chambly. He from Chambly. He Persian and Persian Ethiopian. And he when he got down with the tax crew, they let him know there's already a Totem in New York. So they let the tax crew let him know that you got to put a number two. So he started doing Totem two. So if you look at Mr. Totem's work, you'll you'll always see a number 2 in it. So, like, my first given name for my mother is Rashard. So at a certain point, I was writing Rash 1. Like, I'm sure there was a rash, right? It had to be clean. The graffiti in this particular form started in Philly. There was a writer named Cornbread who, he wanted to get attention to a girl. That was his nickname. So he wrote that shit.
You got get that?
Huh?
You got get that?
I got in trouble because I have a monitor, and this is pure tobacco, purely tobacco, and you are underage. I don't smoke.
Being monitored?
I don't smoke with minors at all. Oh, I forgot about Will. Will drew this for me. Mechs were popular back then, and if you look at a lot of Mr. Totem's work, you will
What's
see.
that supposed to be?
It's a mech. It's like a robot that's like a human form.
Oh, it's pretty cool.
So there's a lot of old anime that you can watch, like Appleseed, Akira.
Like looking at all details.
There's a lot of like good old fashioned anime that you can watch that can help you. So really, the more artwork you take in, the better. But the thing is this, and I don't smoke with mine. That was a slip of the tongue. I forgot who drew this one. I forgot who drew that, but
is that based off you?
A concept of me. Like, I'm a DJ, and he did that for me. And
it's pretty cool. You on fire and stuff.
Yeah, so I've met a lot of people. Graffiti used to be really social. Like this was your Instagram account. Like you black book. This was Ahmed Stanley. This is one of my old crew members. One of our crew members. And this Ken Tax crew in the building with Jack. So it's like Decepticons too. I don't know who did this. I think I did this in Skills and somebody else added the character. But I actually met my other friend the other day. Talking about this piece. Okay, yeah, this one. Yeah, feel the ink. See, that was done on all ballpoint pen.
Oh, well, you can feel like the indents on the paper and stuff.
Yeah, and this is 20 years old. And
does it say like
a
shot? Oh. That almost looks like an S to me. But I see it now. I see the J.
That's an extension. See, the J comes down and it rolls around.
Yeah, that's what I did with the A on mine.
Well, see, you're not ready for that yet. You can't do that yet. Like, you have to work on, like, basic letters, or else it's like you get stuck.
That's what I'm going to practice.
I'm real pissed and shit on you for some reason in that piece. So, like, this is like, check that one. See, touch that one. That's Kane, ABC, Kane Universal, the UAA crew. This is a map he made me to get to the 40 yard. And the 40 yard is where present day Tech Square is. So there's a lot of history buried under Tech Square.
I wonder if that number still works.
I don't know. I might call if you challenge me and tell me to. That's not bad. Chrome, yeah.
Why are there things like ripped out?
I don't know. I can't remember. Oh, like a conceptual piece. Like this is one page together.
Oh, so that's like.
But I wasn't in the crew at the time, so they didn't want to put me on the same page.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, but they still wanted to include me, so they did a joint like this. Ahmed was very, very creative. Is very, very creative. That's one of my old day pieces. But see, I didn't know letter forms that well. So I had to finagle this Y in order to make the E, B, and O sit on it to hide the fact that I didn't know how to make my letters float. I actually did a piece off this one. I did a piece at the Civic Yard that was actually pretty good. I just used to kind of make my pieces grow out of the ground at that point in time. But this is one of Coral's pieces. I see this is ballpoint pen too. Like I said, they always feel the texture if it's not going to damage the artwork.
That's cool. Is that supposed to be her?
She has a whole, like, she writes comic books.
Oh, so it's like an OC?
What is an OC?
Original character.
From my understanding. It is an original character. She's channeling me right now. Like, and this is, that's a whole right there. So
that the first one you did?
No, actually, I did this one, and like you touch a whole lot of this shit in there, like.
Says R2 right there.
You see?
Says R2 in there.
Yeah, sure is. It's R2. That's what I call it. But basically, don't even really think about a name right now.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a difference. See, this is Crayola marker.
Yeah, you don't even feel anything.
Yeah, you don't feel anything. So it's like you don't need expensive supplies in order to use to do graffiti at all. Like you can use.
I mean, ever since I was a kid, I've been like bubble letters and all that stuff. Cause my dad was in jail for a while, and he like always sent me like graffiti letters like in my name. So like I always thought that was cool. Like I've always wanted to do this, but.
But see, this is 3D graffiti. Like if you notice, like it's bending over, like, and it's an illusion with shading. Like you do a lot of like wherever the light's hitting it there. So your light source is coming in here. So that's the shiny part, and then the shadow comes down right here, so it's darkened. And you can kind of see the concept right here, like this is a light source.
Oh yeah, I understand shadows and stuff like that. For the most part, not like I don't know everything.
You can never have a full understanding of shadows because you're always doing shadow work. You're always doing shadow work, always working the darkness out of your heart.
Is it okay if I like draw here?
No, so you do not have it. But see, these are very simple letters. Just focus on your handwriting and just write the alphabet. Find some passage. It could be a passage from your favorite book. It could be something on the encyclopedia, the Quran, the Bible, the Vedas, anything. But find a passage and just write it over and over again until you get straight letters that are uniform. But first, before you even do that, practice the alphabet. That's all you need to focus on.
I was about to go back on it. I hope.
Touch the hole and get over there because I drew a hole over there. And then,
where's it?
This is next door to your tag.
Okay.
So, Dino's name, he taught me a lot. He was from Columbus, but he gave me a lot of my Atlanta style. And Mr. Savers kind of capped it off. I'm still developing because I'm moving to my own thing. But I'm from Decatur as far as Atlanta goes. Yeah, you do collaborative pieces with people, and the thing is, eventually you start being able to communicate with people psychically. It's really cool. My crush picture, I don't have a full picture of that, but that was for Tyra. And that's Raina right there. And this picture, that picture's 20 years old. You can tell by the
colors and stuff.
And these words, I touch that is, feel that is. Like you see, oh shit,
I'm sorry.
it's okay. But see, that's the thing. What you gotta understand is this. These are simple letters. So just focus on that. Just focus on simple letters.
Okay. That's very cool. Can't wait till I go do something like that.
That piece, I did that in 2000. So this is 20 years ago. This is 20 years ago. I did this 20 years ago. How old are you?
I'm 16.
So that was, you were not a concept to your parents. However, you existed. But yeah, just focus on writing the alphabet, because if you try to get the reason you don't like your shit is because you're trying to be fancy. And if you look on my Facebook page, there is a document. Check this one out. That's my friend Juke as well. Juan Jackson is though. It's like he is.
You said Scoop?
This is Juke. See, this is J.
Yeah.
O-O-P. But you see his handwriting, and this is also 2001, so this is nearly 20 years old. So people, you improve over time. So you can't look at this old ass shit and say, oh, I'm gonna be like this just because it's here. But you see, these are alcohol markers, and you got a lot of blends and whatnot here, and there's some ballpoint pen and all sorts of markers and pencils. So Sam Beamer Wright did this one.
Sam?
Yeah.
That's cool. I like all the shadow, like the textures in the shadow.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like the bottom, like a snake's belly.
Yeah,
that's supposed to be the concept with like the fireball. So and you notice this is a very he's a fine artist too. Let's see, love love won't wait. Oh, okay, this is old Black Eyed Peas. That's a you familiar with that group?
Yeah, Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah, you're not familiar with the real Black Eyed Peas. It's like
I just always heard it when I was a little kid.
You can explore it. There's people in your demographic aren't listening to this, but you can go back and explore. That's what you can do. You can go back and explore. In order to do this, or do this, or do this, you have to be able to write very simple, like this. Focus on writing the alphabet that way. That's your homework. Like, take like maybe a week and just practice the alphabet hard every day. Write that shit like, I don't know, go get a composition book from Kroger and just fill the shit up. Just fill the shit up over and over again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, P, Q, R, S. Let me see. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Like I got old plans. Like I've been doing web design for the past 20 years. Like this is an old layout. This is how you do web design. You graph the page layout and you build it in HTML. So it's like you got content here, and this is 20 years old. So it's like, while I don't have a formal job, it's like I'm working on a family situation right now. So it's like it's kind of challenging to work for a man when you got family problems that are commanding your attention. Well, not family problems, family solutions. So two of the family solution. Thank you, Mimi. But like, there's different shit you could do. Like, just I know you're going to online school, but try to do a variety of things so that you can actually have step out of like nothing's wrong with using social media, but the thing is the internet is powerful. Like you can learn a lot of things and stay in productive places. If you see people that like talking about rape and shit or racism and shit like that, it's like run the other direction. Discord is full of derelicts on Discord. So it's like you gotta watch that shit. So go to places where you can learn and ask questions and build a skill. Like
what I'm trying to do now.
This is what you do.
Yeah.
Practice the alphabet.
Like my main hobby is like martial arts and stuff, but I like graffiti a lot. Drawing, something I always wanted to do.
Well, this is what you do. You see how that should say color master?
Yeah.
Write the alphabet like that. Just be slow with it.
Okay.
And in a week, what I will do, I will demonstrate. Like,
well, I got a question about the different tips. Like, is there like a certain way to hold each one, or?
No, the thing is, it's like they redesigned the caps on the cans so people couldn't use them for graffiti because it was thought that graffiti was viewed as it is. I mean, graffiti is a loaded word. So do you know what the word loaded word? Do you know what the phrase loaded word means?
Well, it's like lots of meanings behind it. You know?
Precisely. So on the negative aspect, they didn't think about how a graffiti artist, as in somebody who uses letter forms as an art form, they didn't think about that. They just said, oh, let's slow the graffiti down, and they changed these caps. But the caps used to be like, pull this off, pull that completely off.
Will it go back on?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to do that? I don't break it.
This used to be inverted, like where this stem is coming out, it used to be an opening. So this would be elongated. So this is the male end, and this was the female end. And so you just stick it in.
Oh, okay.
And then they had, there were, people used to have to get their caps off of, like, oven cleaner and all kinds of like whatever, but there's something that's going to give you a wide spray, something that's going to give you a narrow spray.
Yeah.
But today you can go and buy things like there's Lego caps, there's skinny caps, there's the LA skinny, there's this.
Yeah, there's different types of like graffiti caps just to like throw on top of the regular ones.
But it's only for certain cans. Like for those you need an adapter, and for those Krylon cans, yeah, there's an adapter. It's called a Resto adapter, but you can use what's called stock tips. And some people like the Kane Universal, he was the first person to tell me about it. It's like you just use Rust-Oleum with the stock cap to paint. And Kenny Davis, he wrote Kenro, he's down with HOD, which is one of my crews as well. According to Ray and Channeling, you can use only this cap if you learn how to use it. But before you use spray paint, the thing is,
this one like that's what I was like struggling with yesterday. It would go from like big to small, like depending on the way I like moved it.
Exactly, that's the concept called can control. And if you don't know how to write, it's like you can't.
So that's the basis behind the ballpoint pen, right?
Yeah.
Because it changes how big and small.
Study those tags. Like study those tags on that wall, on that mirror, and that will. And also study the tag behind you. Like touch it, feel the flow of the letters.
I've seen like a lot of tags in the city.
Like study that one right there. Can you read it at all? Trace the letters out to see if you can find.
Luna.
This is Muna Ahmed in the building. But the thing is, it's like since I've been writing for a while, it's like it's kind of wild style, so you can't really see it that good.
Okay. I see what you mean though. Like it's just gonna take a while for me to like see what other people see and stuff. Is there any like other graffiti in here that you haven't done?
That mirror, you can that.
There's something.
There's a little bit out there you can explore.
Yeah.
That trash over there is from Thai Street Foods because Molly got me fucked up. She was like, oh, I'm gonna donate some shit, and she gave me like a bag full of women's clothes. She did give me a couple usable jackets, but I don't know what was wrong with them people, but I know they know that, you know, they're not in the vibration they thought they was in.
Oh, fuck you.
It is.
Stings my eyes how woolly it is.
That's why I keep that door closed.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Alright, well, do you wanna, you said like a week, right?
Yeah, take a week and study the alphabet. Just write the alphabet. Okay. Hardcore. Like, practice for an hour a day.
Alright, see you, man. Thank you.
Peace out, Lucas. You're welcome.